The third chase race of the Gatorade Cup Series season heads to the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. This is short track racing in the Menards 400. On the pole for tonight's race, chaser Georgia Satomu has had a good start to the chase so far, looking to keep that momentum going after a third place showing at Talladega. Beside him starting in second is the 66 of Landon Lyons. Then in third place, TJ Henley looking to get some momentum back that he's lost in this chase. Fourth place, we have Carter Friesen, and rounding out the top five, Anthony Nez in the 8 car. Starting in 6th, we have Scott Upton. 7th place, chaser Griffin Lynn. Then in 8th place, it's Max Rossi. 9th, it's Talladega going to Eli Bright. And third finish second at Talladega, Jeff Bright rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, chaser Evan Hunter down to his inside, Riley Sprojum in the 28 car. Then there's Diego Yepez in the 88 and the 78 of Jay Jefferson. Then we have Cole Luigi in the 42 and chaser Anthony Fox in the 38. Then there's Tommy Fletcher Jr. and chaser Luke Brady in the 2, along with the 7 of Levi Shones and the 96 of Conrad Evans. Then Brandon Mill making one of 2 starts this season, down to his inside, chaser Roman Fenway. Then there's Colton Yodil, another one of our chasers, and 2's outside the 45 of William Seaman. Then 2 more chasers, it's points leader Trey Rainey and Jay Rando to his outside. Then we have Riley Sampson and Jake Galloway in the 11, along with Sebastian Kukulan and Bibi Ruiz the 47. Then there's Jose Mills and Derek Hamill the 12, along with Jonathan Buford and Keegan Thompson the 20. Then we have Marshall Burrow and Keyshawn Richardson the 29, another one of our chasers. Then chaser Anderson and Charles Bois and the 9 of Michael Gregory. Then there's Nogin Scott the 48 and the 16 of Zachary DeLello. Then the final row, Max Anderson 1 and 77 Ronan Curtis rounds out this 4-2 car field for racing at the short track in Richmond, Virginia. The Menards 400, our third chase race, about to get underway. Let's go on the track to fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engines.
Car, you got me.
4-2 cars, 12 chasers roll off the starting grid for 6 laps here at the Richmond Raceway. The third chase race of the season. Trey Rainey has had a near-perfect start so far to the chase. Roman Fenway trying to get 2 other drivers that are tied, like Jay Rando. Georgia Satomu and Evan Hunter in third position in points. 6 laps at Richmond. Satomu steps on the gas for green flag racing in the third chase race of the season. Hanley takes lead early on. He'll lead the first lap of the Menards 400. One of our chasers out in front of lap 1, but quickly challenged to the inside by the 8 of Hernandez. Here comes Griffin as well. He might make it a 3-way race. There goes the 10, already to the inside. Flies by. Griffin, another chaser, out in front. And Eli Bright looking to go back-to-back in the Gatorade Cup Series. One last race at Talladega. Moving up to second. Beat his father, Jeff, in a photo finish. 3-wide photo finish last race. Lynn led the lap. Eli Bright's the preferred lane to turn 1. Here comes Riley Sprojum, 28, also moving forward on the inside. He'll move up to second. Landon Lyons starts second, now moving back up to third. Here comes the 88 of Yepez. Eli Bright's teammate trying to get up there and join his teammate right now in 5th. Lynn trying to get in line in 4th, but gets shuffled high. And here's the battle for the lead. Eli Bright has it. Riley Sprojum in the 28 wants it off to turn number 1. Good run there to the inside for Riley. Door to door with Eli. Up the backstretch into turn 3. That bottom lane is where you're going to want to be all night long. No grip whatsoever on the outside lane. You can see right there, Riley Sprojum went wide and could not get the power down. No grip on those rear tires, and Landon Lyons easily takes advantage to get out in front here in the 66. Now Yepez inside. He'll move to second. He'll have a challenge to lead off turn number 2. And down the backstretch, there goes Yepez to the inside of Landon Lyons. Code Luigi with him in the 42 car. Now Code looks to the bottom. And our pole series Satomu already back on the inside. And moving forward, contact with Sprojum and Fletcher Jr. But they saved their cars. They control it. We're still green so far. Code Luigi out front. Pole series Satomu moving up to second now with a challenge down the backstretch. 3 wide behind them. Fletcher Jr. and Landon Lyons cleared that off of the 88, who gets in line in front of Levi Shones. And now Luigi and Satomu battle side by side to lead this lap. I think it was Code on the outside by a smidge. But Satomu doing a great job so far. Comes in tied for third in points at 16 points. That is currently, I believe it would be, 6 points behind Trey Rainey's points lead. So easily could get up there into the points lead here tonight, especially if he wins the race. So for Satomu, right now doing his main goal, he stayed at the front for the beginning part of this race. Has not lost too many positions. Fell back to about 6th, 7th, but then got in line and then battled back up to the race lead. So see if the 44 can keep his momentum up here at the front and maintain these spots inside the top 10. Right now, he still is the highest chaser, even though he's fallen back on the outside. Next chaser in line is the 0-1 of Colton Yo, just 2 cars behind him, as now they're looking 3 wide in front of Satomo to turn 1. Luigi wisely backs out the last teammate Fletcher Jr. in line, as they shuffle to get Pez out of the way. So right there, here comes Colton Yo to the inside. This will be an exchange of a point right here. So as Yo moves by Satomo, 12 points to the 0-1, now 11 to the 44. But then the next chaser behind is the 29 Keyshawn Richardson, who's battled up nicely after a bad starting position. One of the lowest starting chasers that's battled up now inside the top 10. He's got my teammate Riley Sampson move his way up inside the top 10. Roman Fenway comes in second in points, 5 behind Trey Rainey. Right now trying to hold steady inside the top 20, doing a good job so far. Hanley's falling back, but now starting to come back forward, getting by Eli right at the 24. Just got by Chaser Griffin Lynn. That's a point exchange right there. Anderson and Charles trying to move up after a bad start position. Has not had a great start to the chase so far. And Trey Rennie struggling in the 18. Back here behind Evan Hunter. And on the outside, dropping back. Chasers behind him, Jay Reno, Anthony Fox, Luke Rainey. We have had a crash in the wall. 2 teammates. The 16 of DeLello and the 6 of Carter Friesen. 2 Roush cars. Wrecked through 3 and 4. The leaders did not take the yellow flag. We're coming back around to our first yellow. Landon Lyons trying to beat Colton Yo back around. But here comes the 0-1 to the inside. He'll easily get by Colton Yo, one of our chasers. Out in front here under our first caution flag at Richmond. Issues for 2 teammates, Carter Friesen and Zachary DeLello. Let's go see what caused it. This happened just in front of the drivers we were watching, like Trey Rainey, Evan Hunter, as we're racing off to turn number 3. 16 DeLello, 6 Friesen. They're in line. Carter sees a hole behind the 11 in front of the 20. He wants to fill it. Right here, he tries to get down, but Keegan Thompson already down to his inside. Never really got to the yellow line, and I think that maybe that caught Friesen off guard. He gets up into his teammate DeLello and up in the wall for both those guys hard. Jose Mills nowhere to go and runs right into the 16. Pretty heavy damage to the 15 car as well. Luckily, for the chaser's sake, none of them were involved in this crash. All 12 chasers either in front of it or were able to sneak by on the end. Right here, I think Friesen caught off guard right there by the 20, not really getting down to that yellow line like he maybe could have. And I think that's what caused this accident. So 2 Roush cars early on involved in our first caution flag. Landon Lyons looked like he was going to win the race back around. However, he went wide and allowed chaser Colton Yo to the inside, and they've come down pit road. So strategy here, Max Rossi off pit road in front, Colton Yo second, Tommy Fletcher Jr. in third. So pit stops will shake up the running order here at Richmond. We'll go back to the green flag after our first accident here in the Menards 400. Coming back green here at Richmond in the Menards 400 on lap number 18. Max Rossi, his crew did the job. They were first off the pit lane. Issues for Anthony Hernandez and Scott Upton on the pit lane. They made contact. They both fell on a lap down to make repairs. Jose Mills a lap down after pitting there in the 15 from the damage. 39 cars currently on the lap. All 42 cars are still left running, as it's Max Ross in the 83 out in front. Chaser Colton Yo in second. Then Tommy Fletcher Jr., Landon Lyons, and Cole Luigi are the front 5. Chaser Georgia Satomu, Diego Pez, Derek Hamill, William Seaman, and Riley Sampson are the front 10 runners. So as we're coming back to the green flag, Rossi with a monstrous start. He gets away from Colton Yo. That was a great start for Max Rossi. Perfect. Now he goes wide through turns 1 and 2. Yo's going to have a run to the inside. Couldn't get a nose down there, though. Here comes Fletcher Jr. for a second. Maybe some contact with the 41 and the 01. They slide up the banking. Fletcher Jr. to clear the 66 down low. And they're still side by side for a second to turn 1. Tommy Fletcher Jr. using the inside to get by Max Rossi. Carl Luigi follows through to third, now second. Nice run to the inside for the 42. Satomu will move up on the inside as well. Trying to get by chaser Colton Yo for a point. And will do so. Now Cole Luigi for the racing to turn 1. This is a racetrack where it doesn't seem like track position would mean much, but it means a whole lot here. Normally we see the drivers that are up inside the top 10 after about 10, 15 laps. They normally stay up there for majority, if not all of the race. Only very few start to fade back and very few start to come forward. So right here, if you're drivers like Luigi or Satomu, Yepez, Fletcher Jr. has been up inside the top 5, top 10 pretty much all night long. You have to be feeling pretty good about how your car is going right now, because you're realistically probably going to stay up here for a majority of the race. Satomu Chaser out in front. Yepez now to second. Third place is up for grabs. Chaser Colton Yo to the inside of Tommy Fletcher Jr. William Seaman joining that fight, as well as Riley Sampson. A little bit further back, here comes Ronan Kerr, started last in this race, moving up to 11th. Good rebound for the 77 after a poor start position. TJ Henley trying to get some points after what has been a pretty average start to the chase so far. After doing very, very well in the regular season, now had a great chase. Looking to turn that around with a good result here in Richmond. Moving up 3 wide on the inside, trying to get up into that main pack to get a hold of some chasers. Currently, Sotomo and Colton Yo in that main pack. They are the first 2 chasers. Behind them, 4 wide. Around goes Noggin, Scott, and Marshall Burrow. Maybe off the 10 of Griffin Lynn. Scott makes a little bit of contact with the inside wall. Only those 2 involved, it looks like, though. Yellow flag number 2 is out after a 4 wide mess off of turn number 2. William Seaman back around in front. Riley Sampson in second. And it's our second caution flag here in the Menards 400. We'll see if these drivers decide to come down pit lane. Wouldn't think so, but maybe they thought they were a little bit short on fuel. Maybe they'll just come down and get a splash. But it looks like everyone will decide to stay out on the racetrack. So it's going to be William Seaman out front the 45. Let's go see what happened. Noggin, Scott, and Marshall Burrow take a spin down the backstretch, turning up inside the top 20. This was a recipe for disaster going through turns 1 and 2. Griffin Lynn got a great run, hooking the bottom lane in the 10 car. Marshall Burrow did not go through 1 and 2 well at all. He went way up the racetrack. The 77 and the 40 are going to look to split 3 wide, but Griffin Lynn is then on the inside. That's going to make it 4 wide, and 4 wide is just never going to work at a short track like Richmond. Lynn tries to back up, but they're already giving him room. Curtis into Burrow, into Scott around. They go. Lynn maybe gets away without damage. Hunter steps on the gas to get by along with many others on the outside. Great job at everyone missing it. Scott, a little bit of contact with the inside, while Marshall Burrow, a little bit of contact with other cars, and what has turned into a bad night for Motorsports now. 3 other cars now at the back of the field. Only car that's running well for that team is Diglia Pez right now, up inside the front 5. That was just classic short track racing. They ran out of real estate. Luckily for both these guys, not too heavy a contact. They obviously both will have some damage, but won't be too terrible. I think they should be decent to continue on and try and keep trucking on. So racing it back around, the 45 of William Seaman out in front here in Richmond, leading under the second caution flag and the Menards 400. Coming back green here, Richmond just before the midway point, lap number 29 is when we get set to restart. 45, William Seaman in command of the race so far. No cars out of the race, still the same 39 on the lead lap, and all 42 are still left running, with William Seaman out in front, Riley Sampson in second, Luigi, Colton Yo, and Diglia Pez are the front 5. They have Max Rossi, Georgia Sotomo, Landon Lyons, Tommy Fletcher Jr., and Derek Hanwar the front 10. Hanley right now in 11th, Keyshawn Richardson in 12th. How about Anton and Charbon 15th, Hunter in 17th, Lynn in 18th, and Trey Rainey up inside the top 20, trying to get the points he needs to keep that points lead. Pace car is off. William Seaman leads in the 45. When will he decide to step on the gas? It's now a great restart once again for the race leader. He's gone and away with a great jump over second place Riley Sampson. I think that caught Sampson off guard. Seaman went a little bit earlier in the box than maybe the third one was anticipating. Allowed that 45 to get away easily there on the break. Luigi's going to get up to second here. Yo to third. And Pez now for 4th. And Luigi with a hunt onto the 45 of Seaman. The driver's led the most laps this season without getting a victory. That 42 of Luigi. He wants to change that fact here tonight and get that W. Moving down by on the inside. But now Colton Yo, the chaser, has plans to get to the inside himself halfway. In the Menards, 430 laps to go. Colton Yo, a chaser, leads the way in Richmond. But other chasers starting to emerge to the front like Keyshawn Richardson, moving by the 44 Sotomu. How about Keyshawn trying to move up inside the front 10? Chaser Evan Hunter also getting some around the 43. Hanley could have gotten down low there. Curtis filled the hole very fast. That's going to allow Hunter to try and get to the inside of that 21 car now. And just behind them, Chaser Anson and Charles Bond. Here comes Keegan Thompson trying to make a path forward for his teammate and fellow chaser. Not fellow chaser, but teammate and chaser Trey Rainey. Keegan's not in the chase. Trey is. Their teammates. Keegan looking to help Trey out, but maybe parting the seas for him. Get up through the field. Get some spots for him. Hanley right there outside a point for Trey Rainey, the points leader. Sotoma's still stuck up top. Hunter's going to move by him in the 43. Rossi really wide from the race lead. Riley Sampson moves around the 31 car right there. 43 Hunter has gone by the 44 Sotomo, who's still fading back in the outside. He may have a hold right here. Down behind Keegan Thompson in front of Trey Rainey, who's now getting passed by the 40 of Kukulon. That's not what Trey wanted to see at all. He had a great run on the inside going. Right here, Sotomo also can't get down low on the 44 car. Up in front, they are 3 wide. Yo to the inside. Oh, contact between the leaders! And upside down on the side! And we got a huge crash here at the front of the field. Oh my goodness! A terrible crash here at Richmond. Caution flag is out. And most of the field involved. Two race leaders make contact. Sampson went on his side. It was Colucci, the other one involved in it. Colton Yo gets away with the race lead. But who has even gotten away? It looks like Trey Rainey may have missed it in the 18. Hanley looks like got some damage. He'll be hitting the pit lane to repair that. Evan Hunter all torn up in the 43 car. Jay Brando. A lot of chasers in this one. And they were all piled up there against the outside wall. Nowhere for anyone to go. The track was completely blocked. Anthony Fox, Anson, and Charles drive away. Caution flag is out just past the midway point. A big crash here at Richmond. Gonna shake up the running order and chase picture again. Riley Sampson went upside down, but that car is still driving. Sampson's still going. It is a man-to-man fight for the lead. Riley Sampson outside, Colucci inside. Racing off to the third corner. Code's going to try and drive it in, clear him with a side job. It's a failed side job. Sampson's still up there. Both get up into the wall pretty hard. Luigi does a half spin. Sampson up on his side. And I think Keyshawn Richardson may have hit the pit barrels or something along the lines of that. But look at all the cars involved. Look how Trey Rainey stops and gets hit a little to spin down. But look at Riley Spurgeon as well. He spins into it. I believe he also kind of missed it. But look at Anson and Sharp on the ride he took in the 26. Riley Sampson up on top of his teammate Keyshawn Richardson. And the track is just completely clogged. Nowhere for anyone to go. Even after that 26 was tumbling like he did, he drives away. Sampson also drives away in the 31 off of the 29 Keyshawn Richardson. And a lot of cars that were further back actually just drove through this. They saw lanes and they were able to get through. I have to see this from multiple angles here to get a glimpse of what just happened. I think Keyshawn did hit the barrels. I think he just got too low. Look at that. That was Fenway and Luke Rainey. Roman Fenway came in second in points, and this is not what anyone in the chase wanted to see because of the fact that Trey Rainey, even though he was slightly involved in this, he basically missed this. Because he emerged clean. Maybe not fully clean, but he's still going. Yeah, right here, Keyshawn checked up too much, got to the barrels. And that's a hard hit for Seaman into him. So Tomu also got low. Look at Spro 2 kind of just get spun in there and hit off. I believe that was the 45. I believe he missed it. What an insane crash. Another look. What just happened? What occurred here? Up on the side. It's not over. Look as Ansley gets hit over. And TJ, that's where TJ basically got the most of his damage. It was when that 26 was on top of him. A wild and crazy crash here at Richmond. Now let's go on board with points leader Trey Rainey. Right in the thick of it, but may have gotten away with one. Well, to be a champion, you have to be fast and you have to be lucky. This was the lucky portion for Trey Rainey, as he got away with very, very little damage to that 18 car. Back around front, speaking of chasers, Chaser Colton Hill is ahead of all this. He leads us back to the caution flag, and it leads back to the green flag as we're coming off turn 2, so we'll go back green this time. 21 laps to go at Richmond. I believe this race last season had about 5 caution flags. We've now had 3, and we still have 21 more laps. And last season, this race saw a bunch of cautions with leaders wrecking each other, so no one is safe quite yet in this race. Going to be a lot of cars out from this. Keyshawn Richardson, Luke Rennie, Roman Fenway. The bottom 3 drivers are 3 chasers. Seaman, Anson, and Charbois. Burrow, Thompson, Chaser Fox. Jefferson, Chaser Rando, Chaser Hunter. 28 cars on the lead lap. Colton Yo, Chaser leads the way. Fletcher Jr., Lyons, Curtis, Hamill are the front 5. Then Rossi, Yepez, Luigi, Sotomu, and Trey Rainey are the front 10. 2 more chasers up there inside the front 10. We're back green at Richmond. And all ready for the racing. Fletcher Jr. low on Colton Yo. Looks like that 41 has some hood damage, but it's not affecting him as he's going further racing, getting by Yo easily. Now, Luigi, I think, is a little bit slower in that 42. Obviously, got up into the wall, did a half spin. He might be a little bit slower with that damage. Same with Riley Spurgeon. We saw him spin into the crash. We didn't know how bad the damage was on the 20, but it looks pretty bad. He's on the outside, fade back. And we got a crash! Trey Rainey's around Colton Yo as well! Trey Rainey, the points there, Colton Yo, a chaser, all involved. Mills also spins around. Our 4th caution is out at Richmond, and it's another race-changing crash. 19 laps to go, 4th caution flag at Richmond just after we cleaned up the big one. Trey Rainey and Colton Yo, 2 chasers running inside the top 10, collected in this one. Let's go see how this started. Colton Yo lacking grip through turns 1 and 2. Gets wide, gets into Fletcher Jr. trying to get off him, comes down into the 12 of Hamill, spins them both up into the outside wall, and then back down to traffic, and Trey Rainey nowhere to go, clobbers the 12 of Derek Hamill, on the brakes on the outside, Colucci gets involved, Jake Gowey hits his teammate Trey Rainey on the inside, others find a way through, Riley Sampson gets some damage, others slam on brakes back behind, but another race-changing caution flag, Mills gets spun at the end by Conrad Evans, another race-changing caution flag here at Richmond. We thought Trey Rainey was going to be in the clear to get at least maybe 4 or 5, or 4th or 5th highest chaser, maybe even more than that. He's now involved in the crash, and Colton Yo looked to be the favorite of the chasers here tonight. He's involved in this, and now going to be at the back of the field. This race is taking some unpredictable turns, that is for sure. Many cars involved in our 4th caution flag here at Richmond. For Ronan Curtis, it's been what he's needed so far. He's out in front at Richmond, the 3rd chase race of the season. Another chaser out of this race. As we come back to you with 14 laps of racing to go, will that be the final yellow flag, or will we get another one in these final handful of laps? Trey Rainey, the 18 crew, have not been able to repair their car. They are in the garage, done for the night. Riley Sampson lapped down the 31, but for Trey Rainey, Big There came in as the points are going to leave. Probably, maybe still as the points leader. Depends on how Sotomu does in the 44. But if he doesn't leave as the points leader, it's going to be a big, big blow right there. Had a lot of momentum. Looked like he was going to get maybe a top 10 result out of the night, but now involved in that crash running inside the top 10. So we got a few non-chasers, a few fresh races at the front. Curtis, Lyons, Fletcher Jr., Rossi are the front 4, then Chaser Sotomu in 5th. Yepes currently in 6th. How about the 11 car? Jake Gowey has driven that thing to 7th. Anderson is 8th, Buford is 9th, Ruiz is 10th, Kukla on 11th, Brandon Beal up to 12th, Eli Bryant up to 13th. We're back green at Richmond. That might not be the final time we're back green. This is short track chase racing. Can never predict it. You can see why. Landon Lyons to the inside of the 66, gets by Curtis easily. Sotomu almost turned himself off Max Rossi. He just has to be careful. I know he wants to go for that win and get those 3 extra bonus points for winning this race. However, he's really the only chaser left, really running well into Fletcher Jr. right there. That was a close call. He'll move up to 3rd with that big move. 12 to go to the line. Curtis back on Landon Lyons for the race. But look at this 44. In 3rd. Where's the next chaser? Lynn up to 14th. And you look back, where's the next chaser? That's right, you don't really see one. There's Hanley, 22nd. Colton Yo, 26th. Those are the only chasers out on the racetrack. Georgia Sotomu trying to win it here in the 44 car to get those bonus points and get up into the points lead. Yeah, so by my count, wasn't counting during that, but the 44, the 10, 21, what do we have, 4 or 5 chasers left running? That's it. Over half of the chase field has been taking out crashes, accidents here today, with now 10 to go, 9 at the start-finish line. Who's going to step up and win this race? Right now, the only chaser within a shot at doing it is Sotomu. The rest at the front, non-chasers. 3 wide, Bibi Ruiz coming through the field. Barely missed that gigantic crash. Then got by that secondary crash. Our last yellow flag. Moving up 3 wide to the bottom. Anderson up into Fletcher Jr. Close racing there. Look at this 9-9. Jonathan B for that hood is all mangled up. It's still running inside the top 10. He has a shot at the end of this thing because anything can happen. These guys could wreck. Yepes, the lone Hendrick car that has made it through the madness, moves up to the race with 8 to go. Now Ronan Curtis inside the 77. Down the back they race. Bibi Ruiz up to 2nd. Can the 47 win it? It would be his first ever Gatorade Cup Series victory. 7 laps to go. He's out in front now in turns 1 and 2. Yepes will move to 2nd. 3rd place now Landon Lyons to the inside of Ronan Curtis. Max Anderson also going to the front of the 1. Lyons slides up. Almost got into Curtis, who will clear for 3rd. Anderson now moved to 4th off that. Here comes Sotomu for 5th. 6 laps to go in Richmond. 6 laps to go. That's still a long ways for these drivers. Here comes Yepes to the inside. Maybe some contact with the 47 Ruiz. Yepes out in front. Curtis now 2nd. And here comes Sotomu. hunting down for 4th. The only chaser running inside the top 10. So Tomu will move to P4, trying to get to the front to win this race. Ruiz back on Curtis, and back by in the 47. And so Tomu hunting. He'll move to 3rd. Look at the crossover for Curtis down to the inside. He'll get back around. 4 laps to go in Richmond. If we get a yellow flag, this race would be over. So Tomu wants to get out front badly in the 44 in case that does happen. So Tomu to the front, the 44 car. The only chaser running at the front currently leads this race. He slides wide. Can Curtis get the power down? 3 laps to go in Richmond. They're hunting that 44 down to turn 1. Curtis, Ruiz, Yepes, Rossi. So Tomu doing a great job on the inside right now. Coming around to 2 laps to go. He'll slide up there. Let's get him shuffled out. Curtis to the inside. 2 laps remain in Richmond. Curtis won earlier this season at Michigan. Looking to get one at Richmond here tonight. But now Bibi Ruiz with the hunt to the inside. He'll get by. Max Rossi to follow through the 83. Here they come to the white flag. Bibi Ruiz leads, looking for his first ever GCS victory. They'll be 3 wide behind. No, they won't. White flag, last lap at Richmond. Can Ruiz hang on? Can Rossi get there to turn 1? Ruiz slides wide. Rossi down to the inside. They're side by side to turn number 3 for the final time. Rossi slows up on the inside. There's an issue out in front of them. Bibi Ruiz around the outside. There's a car upside down, but he gets by to win. Oh my goodness. Bibi Ruiz does not check up. He wins the race with a crash on the last lap. It was Brandon Beal, the car, upside down the 00 car. Nonigan got involved as well in the 48. What happened here? Crash at the white flag. Look at this. This is a battle for 22nd. Nonigan on the outside, Brandon Beal on the inside. Beal slides up, Scott's still up there. The 48 hooks the 00. A hard hit into the outside one, upside down. Yo also gets collected the 01. Look at that flip for Brandon Beal. Cole Luigi gets by on the inside. He'll get through the 48 as well. They take the white flag and the caution flag together. But look at this. Brandon Beal ends up on his lid as the racers come around and take the checker flag. So as this happens, this terrible flip, that car ends up on its lid. Rossi checks up as he's on the inside. Look how close Ruiz comes to hitting that 00. And Bibi Ruiz scores his first ever GCS victory with a wild and crazy win at Richmond. And oh, how the chase can be affected after this one. Let's go see the finish results and the updated point standings. Here is how they finished in the very, very crazy Menards 400 at the Richmond Raceway. 5 caution flags tonight for 20 laps and 32 lead changes. 14 different drivers solidly tonight in Richmond. And after this crazy finish, Bibi Ruiz scores victory in the 47 over Max Rossi. Looked like he had it on the last lap, had to check up because of the crash in front. He ends up in 2nd position here tonight. Tommy Fletcher Jr. in 3rd. Ronan Kurz led the most laps of 12. He started last, by the way, led the most laps of 12. He ends up in 4th in pole series. So Tomu, highest chaser for the 2nd race in a row, rounds out the front 5. Max Anderson gets 6th, Landon Lyons in 7th, Jonathan Beeford 8th, Diego Pez in 9th, and Chaser Griffin Lynn battles up to get a top 10 after the damage on that race car. Jake Galway gets 11th place, Kukulan 12th, Spurley 13th, Hamill 14th, Eli Bright 15th, Michael Gregory, Levi Sholmes, Chaser TJ Hanley, Jeff Bright, and Conrad Evans round out the top 20. If you can believe it, only 4 chasers finished this race, only 3 on the lead lap. Colton Yo a lap down in 22nd. Then the next chaser, Trey Rainey, out of the race in 31st. Only 4 chasers finished, which means even though Trey Rainey had a very terrible day, got 31st place, DNF'd, out of the race, he still gets 8 points because he was the 5th highest chaser. Evan Hunter, DNF 32nd, still gets 7th points. He was the 6th highest chaser. Jay Rando, 33rd, DNF'd, but still a decent day for him. So really, nothing really changed in terms of points, just a Tomu really close, and same with TJ Hanley because of Trey Rainey's bad day. So Tomu finished off, and so did TJ. They both got a pretty good amount of points. Griffin also gained as well. As look down, the bottom 3 finishers tonight were chasers: Fenway, Luke Rainey, and Keyshawn Richardson. There are the points at the right side of the screen. Trey Rainey still holds on to that points lead, but it's now a slimmer margin. So Tomu's 2nd, only 1 point behind. 3rd place still Evan Hunter. He's now only 6 points behind. Then tied for 4th between Jay Brando and TJ Henley, both at 22 points. They're both 7 points back. And then a tie between Roman Fenway and Colton Yo. They are 9 points back. You look down below that, Griffin Lynn is 10 points back in the 10 car. And then down below that, that's really where drivers start to have to be worrying. You know, if you're Anson and Charles White, you're 13 points back. If you're Anthony Fox, you're right now 16 points back. Keyshawn Richardson, 17 points back. And for Luke Rainey, his bad chase continues. Bad luck, terrible luck, 20 points back of his brother Trey, who is currently the points leader. With 6 races left, I don't know, or 7 races, excuse me. With 7 races left, I don't know if that's going to be possible. You know, it's a hard hill to climb up. We've talked about how much you can gain in a race with this chase format. It's very forgiving, but with 3 poor chase performances, when can you turn around, and will you be able to turn around is the question. And is it just too late for some of those drivers that are already down at the bottom that have dug themselves a hole? Even Keyshawn Richardson, he's dug himself a pretty big hole along with Anthony Fox. So we'll see if they can get out of it. Right now, though, I think if you're landing up, you still feel pretty comfortable. You're still in a good position going into the 4th chase race of the season, the lone road course in the Gatorade Cup Series chase, as we head road course racing at Watkins Glen for the AAA 375. I will see you guys then.